What else can I do? The third thing I can do is help a child focus on what their body can do well. Everybody has something that their body does well. Some parents will say to me, but they're totally uncoordinated. And I'm like, that's fine. Are they creative? Are they imaginative? You know, are they good with language? That's their body, right? Their body does that for them. We have eyes and ears and a brain inside. The depth and wealth of what our body does is not restricted to physical things. And really challenging yourself on that and seeing that. It's a whole breadth of things. Are you a good friend? Are you a good listener? Were you down skiing? Are you good at playing games? All those things. And really talking about, remember when I said there's that image in the mirror at the beginning, but there's all those components that make up body image? It's talking about all those other things, making sure that they have all those different pieces. So when one piece they're not feeling good about, they can reach out to the other pieces and feel good about them, right? Because there are days when we don't feel as coordinated or not as fast or not as musical. But if we know we have all these other things, it's easier to survive. I like this distinction. You might not use these words with them, the instrumental versus ornamental. But you can see our bodies as an ornament, and we can see our bodies as an instrument. And the ornament is, I have to be Christian to know about Christmas trees, but the ornament is like we decorate our Christmas trees with lots of ornaments, right? Like we put stuff on. So I like to think of dressing up the Christmas tree. We can dress ourselves up with clothes. I can have my work clothes. I can have the I'm going out to the public to do my talk clothes. I can have the I'm hanging with my children clothes. Teenagers can have the I'm making my statement clothes, and I'm going to wear my hair purple today and see how high Mom's eyes go in the back of her head. And those are statements and styles. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. They can be lots of fun. But if that's all we see our body as, then we're at risk for really feeling like there's something to be valued and judged there. Because unfortunately, style does get valued and judged a fair bit. But when we look at our bodies as an instrument, we can look at what are they doing for us? What do they help us accomplish? What's the role in our lives? And that's the same message, just sort of looking at differently. So there can be that whole exterior of how much makeup do I wear and how do I wear my hair and what's it look like, and am I funky or cool or grunge or emo or, you name it. But really helping them see the other side of things as well. I'm not saying to stop the self-expression through the ornament, but really making sure there's more pieces to it for them too. So then you want to think to yourself, you're going to talk about all that with them, but then if all you talk about it and your best friends and your neighbors and the teachers and the people on TV is what they look like and their body shape and size, you kind of undo all that, right? Because Mommy talks to me about this all the time, but all she comments on about Aunt Bessie is how big she is or how much weight she's lost or gained, or Mommy comments on all the people on the TV about how big they are, how small they are, those things. So really checking yourself of, what do I comment on? What do I appear to be valuing in others? So remember that notion of the set point theory? I'm not suggesting you have to teach your children the whole set point theory. Okay, Mom, that's boring. I'll talk to you later. But really embracing that idea that we come in different shapes and sizes. I like to ask a room, how many of you have tried to change your shoe size? No? You don't have a stretching machine at home for your foot? You haven't put it in the widening machine or the shortening machine? No? Because most people have actually tried to change the body shape or weight. But we haven't tried to change our shoe size. But our shoe size is genetically determined just as our body shape and size is. So if we would leave well enough alone, it would actually be just fine. Just like our shoes and our feet. When you go shopping, for the most part, we buy shoes that fit, right? That feel comfortable. And when we don't, we can't stand for very long, we wonder what we were thinking, right? Same thing, we want to embrace our bodies the size they are. Sister-in-law the other day said, oh, I really I should lose some weight. I said, because I can't find jeans to fit. I'm like, what? No. You need to go find jeans that fit you. Don't go change your body size because they're making jeans the right way at the moment. My goodness, right? You're going to have clothes that fit you. Don't change your body shape to fit into some predetermined societal whatever, because they're all designed for teenagers to wear around here, So if we leave well enough alone, our bodies will do what they need to do. But remember, we're not all going to look the same. All these are 3 Olympic athletes at the peak of their performance, at the peak of their fitness, and they don't look alike at all. Okay, so if you're worried about fitness, if you're worried about how people are, we come in lots of different shapes and sizes. Scientifically, we tend to describe them as endomorphs, mesomorphs, and ectomorphs. But what you just need to remember is we come in different shapes and sizes. Doesn't matter, it doesn't tell us how fit or we are or not. These are women or peak top Olympic, well, quite a few years ago, peak top Olympic athletes. But I love the photo because you've got all three body shapes and sizes in one photo. We've done a really good job, I'm not saying we're there in terms of racism though, in terms of recognizing that no matter what skin color you have, no matter what culture you come from, no matter what religion you come from, it doesn't determine your value as a person. I think we've still got a really long way to go when it comes to what I call sizeism. I think we still have a fair bit of judgment in terms of people's values or whether they know how to eat or not eat or be fit or not be fit based on their weight, shape, and size. And I really think this is kind of Star Wars, you know, the final frontier, but it really is one of the final frontiers in challenging ourselves to truly accept people no matter what shape or size they are. In terms of media literacy, this is another one, really, really helpful. You can even do it with young kids. You can just gently start introducing it and the images they see and what they're talking about. You can gently say, you know, women, little girls, the princesses don't all need to be rescued by the boys, and all the beautiful girls, you don't have to wear those beautiful dresses. You know, you can just start integrating quietly little tiny messages all along. So my little girl says to me the other day, "Mommy, do I look pretty in this and do I look pretty in the dress?" And I just said to her, you know what, you're pretty on the inside. What makes you pretty is how fun you are and how you give me nice big hugs. I said, do you like Mommy because she's pretty, or do you like Mommy because she gives you big hugs? She goes to me, I like you, Mommy, because you give me big hugs and you flatten my blankets at night. You know, so just starting that language for her. So she has a dialogue that allows her to have a different way of thinking about what pretty is. That gets a bit away from I'm beautiful because I'm thin. Sure, she can still play with the dress-up stuff. I just want her to have more than one dialogue. So people used to look at me and go, sure, Dr. Anderson, what do you want me to do? Get rid of my TV, ban all the Hollywood movies, sue Disney, pretend that, you know, well, she's retired now. The most successful female TV personality doesn't always diet, so Oprah was always gaining weight, losing weight, dieting, not dieting, and yet she was the most wealthy person in most of the world anyway, and certainly among women. So what can we do about this? It's pervasive, it's all around us. You can do this. You teach those media critique strategies. You discuss the messages that are in the media. You take them apart for the kids according to their own cognitive level and their emotional level. And what's interesting to them. Some kids aren't noticing some of it, but you're gently going to talk about it anyway, and they'll pick it up. You're going to teach them about computer enhancement. I'm going to show you a video clip about that in case you don't believe it. And you're going to remind them that the image they see is not real. I really think we need to move to a place of seeing these images as artistic images. I'm not saying that you need to stop, but they're not a real image of a real person that any of us can reproduce on a daily basis. One, they spend 8 hours being dressed and prodded and pronged and whatever to stand in the right position. And then they take computers and totally rearrange them anyway. I don't really know why they spend 8 hours with all the other stuff. Just change it all with the computer. You know. No, this isn't just this is again a Dove video. You don't have to go by it. Take a regular person. Turn her into a billboard. Even when they have celebrities on the front of magazines, they've often changed them and cut parts off their legs and done all sorts of funky, novel